Hi, everyone. I think we're live. We're trying to live tonight. There we go. There's the counter. That tells me we're here. Welcome to KastorsCorner.com. I'm your host, Khalil, here on our live toy of the day here on our YouTube channel. You can go to KastorsCorner.com. I'm not going to say for a full gallery because there isn't a full gallery tonight. Tonight's a little different. And you can follow. Sorry, I broke protocol. So I'm trying to find my way on it. Or I broke my routine. You can go to KastorsCorner.com for a full archive of all of our past toy of the days. You can also follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media, and check out the Cornercast podcast up on Apple Podcasts this week, talking with Hopkins from the Fanboy Factor about negativity in the collecting world and how that kind of plays out. And so tonight, it's been a long week. I'm a little bit fried, a little bit tired. It's late, right? It's 11 o'clock. I'm finally getting to be able to do this tonight. And I've got a bunch of toys. I have a bunch of stuff that I could do. I've got some dinosaurs. I still have that Black Widow 2-pack that I haven't gotten to because I've got to dig out the original figures. I've got a new Mezco Wonder Woman. I've got a Masters thing I'll talk about at some point, but there's a lot of introspection, a lot of internal struggle this week, and my identity for myself, the way I have built and crafted who I am and who I have come to really enjoy being, the person that you've kind of seen tell the stories and talk about things. And I know these videos have not been about like the best pictures and the best video of the figures I'm talking about, but it has changed. It has gotten better. And it'll continue to get better as I do more of these. Tonight, I kind of felt like I'm going to do something I don't normally do. Because when I started doing this and I turned this into a business and I registered, and Jackson Studios is producing Kastor's Corner, I realized that like there is toy buying, right, for the website that makes me gives me content, and then I had to separate that a little bit from personal because this is all personal to me, but there are pockets of this that I don't normally share. I'll talk about in some cases and it'll come up here and there, but I have found like I need this little pocket that's just for me. And throughout this last week, it's not so much I'm going to share everything that's in that little pocket, right? It's still going to be my little world. But you know, I think it's important to talk about as fans of this stuff and being the age that I am and my friends are. And this comes up on recent podcasts a few times. So on the ones that are coming up with it's Dan Who and with Hopkins and a few others, we've talked about it wasn't okay, it wasn't cool, right, to like this stuff growing up. Like at a certain point it became uncool, and I think there's still that pocket of like those teenage years where you get pulled away from if you're into this stuff, but Marvel changed that for a lot of us. But I think, and there's been a lot of words thrown around lately that saying that this is the golden age of toys. I don't believe that. I believe that to a degree. I believe it's a golden age of engineering. I don't think it's a golden age of toys. The reason I don't think it's a golden age of toys is because, as so many people have referred to this current period where, you know, Optimus Prime looks like Optimus Prime. The Incredible Hulk looks like the Incredible Hulk. I think these are engineering and artistic pieces that are really good and really great representations. But the thing that I keep going back to is we wouldn't be buying these if a lot of us didn't live through the actual golden age of toys. Being in a historical background, they talk about the golden age, in Greece, and that was when there was a lot, like, that was foundation that was being built. And I think those of us that lived through the late 70s and early 80s benefited from that. And we are continuing to purchase. I have a Cat's Lair, paid $150 for it because I wanted to relive my childhood and playing in the backyard with that thing. And I sent off to England to get replacement stickers for said castle because you can see there is no door frame on there. But in this envelope, I have a door frame. So the title today was, nostalgia is what drives us, or nostalgia is what keeps us coming back. This guy, was our nostalgia. This is what survived the longest for us. And we continue to purchase and buy because I think that these things define us in a lot of different ways. They have created the adults that have the disposable. Sometimes it's disposable. It's not always disposable. Sometimes we make hard choices. My 2 Thunder Tanks, 3 Sentinels are on the way, as well as doubles of every Thundercats Ultimate and soon to be Silverhawks Ultimates, because this is the stuff I don't usually share because it's for me. It is not for the website. It is not for public consumption necessarily. It is for me. And I was lucky enough to join a Facebook group that talked about Silverhawks, and somebody was selling said Silverhawks. And with the revival coming up with the Ultimates at Super 7Ts today, having this that works and has no nose rub, is an accomplishment for me. And that might sound funny that a 42-year-old guy thinks that finding this that can do this is an accomplishment. But it is. It's time. It's patience. And a lot of times collectors like me don't have the patience. We want it, and we want it now. We turn into little mini Veruca salts. I want a golden egg. I want a goose. I want that. I want it now. We turn into those kids in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, because this is just too cool for words, especially when you get them in good shape. And so as we get farther and farther from this period of time, it is harder and harder for us to grab onto that nostalgia. So, because a lot of times these are cost prohibitive. I lucked out, and a really great guy was selling stuff. And because I bought all of these together, he gave me a little bit of a discount, and I got what looks to be from the tees from Super 7, most of Wave 1. Monstar does not fit in a bag. And so nostalgia drives us. It drives the purchases we make today, which is why I've got a brand new Optimus Prime and about 7 other ones downstairs if I haven't given them away to other people. In fact, I bought another smaller version of this recently just because I thought it might look good with the Ark. I bought the Daily Bugle, right? Because I wanted to be the kid on the block that had the cool thing. I couldn't just let Jesse have it. I had to have it too. And I went out that night and I bought it. And I've been ribbing him ever since about it. And DJ's kids. I'm even in competition with kids. Little Geek Ninja over there bought the Sesame Street Lego set. And I legitimately want to go buy it and build it just because I want to fuel that little competition drive that I have for it. because I remember those days about going into school and talking about the toys we got or showing off when they came over. I was a spoiled kid. I had a flag. I had the Terror Drum. I had the Thunder, the Cat's Lair. I had Voltron's Castle. I had the Sector's Castle. I had Grayskull and Snake Mountain and Eternia. I had, the Bionic 6 headquarters and the Marvel Superheroes Training Center, and these are the things that define me. These are the things that make me who I am. It has been a trip figuring this stuff out. And I think what I realized this week is that a lot of us that do this have day jobs. And those day jobs take 90% of the energy we have during the week, especially if they're emotionally charged day jobs where you're not forced, but when you're asked to give a lot of time and energy and emotion to the job that you're doing. Teaching is always emotional, and you have very little time for your own creative space. And so I carve out an hour every night to do this with you. And I do photographs quickly in a box instead of doing diorama and great photography setups with really great lighting. I do quick videos that aren't edited because it's a path of least resistance. It's the ability it is the content that I am emotionally and physically able to deliver on a daily basis. Would I like it to be better? Yes. Do I think this piece of it would change? No. I think the package would look nicer, but this is always what you're going to get from this from me. And I honestly have had a hard time recently finding that creative outlet and making it. And I'm sure you've been able to tell in the videos. Ben, hi, Ben. You've said I've looked exhausted. I have been. Frankly, I've been utterly exhausted. And so we all need to find that creative space and find those friends that support us. I think a really great example of that and an inspiration to me. So I hope that he hears this at some point. This came in the mail. This came in the mail this week for me. A baboon in my room. You can see the book. It's been on display all week. If I haven't mentioned it, I really don't remember if I've mentioned it or not. But I wanted it displayed because our friend Jason, my friend Jason, who we share a lot in common with, who has become a really good friend of mine over the last year, found and carved out that time to be his true self and be artistic and create a wonderful book. And that's another thing that I do for me. Like, it might be up in the room, I might show it off, but I might not talk about it. I might not do a review of it. I'm not going to do a review of my friend's work like that. I think it's wonderful, but that's not why I got it. I got it because I wanted to support his artistic endeavor. And so I don't usually ask for monetary support, and I don't have anything set up to do that, really. And we have an Amazon page that we put up all the new releases on, and that'd be great if you bought it from that. It's on all of our bios. But I'm not here to ask you to join my Patreon. I'm not here to ask you to pledge $1 or buy something from our shop or anything like that. This is my artistic outlet, I guess. This is what defines, at the end of the day, when I take off my work clothes and I relax and I put on the fun shirts and I get to spend a Saturday like tomorrow in this room photographing some fun toys and maybe doing better photography and organizing my collection. It recharges me. It defines who I am. But I'm the one that made that definition. And I think that's what came out of this week for me. The exhaustion, the emotional heavy lifting that I've had to do for a lot of different things. And I will have to do when I go back to work on Monday or Sunday. But for tonight and tomorrow, it's for me. So I have rambled on for 15 minutes. I hope that you found something in here that you have gravitated towards. And DJ, if you're wondering, I did put there was a toy in here, and I showed how it works. So this counts as toy of the day. I hope that you find the space to be creative, have that outlet, and define who you are for yourself without others putting you in a box. I think that's what came out of this week for me. So we will be back tomorrow night with an all new toy to talk about. We've got plenty there. There's stuff showing up in stores. Little Geek Ninja is doing a review of Galvatron from the new Transformers, or not Earthrise, Kingdom line, that is either up or going up in the next 3 days. So please go check that out because he beat me. Congratulations. It doesn't happen often, but I'm proud of you for beating me and doing a review of it. And I hope that this is an example for somebody like that to realize that what you do has value, who you are is valuable, and to really find the joy and the passion in what you do. Because this might be as big as this gets, but I would be proud if someday that I could either hand it off or watch him exceed what I've done. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud to know you. And I'm proud to have figured out who I am and be able to share it with you. So go to kastorscorner.com. Here's my plugs. Go to kastorscorner.com to check out all the reviews and be part of that. You can also follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media, and check out the Cornercast podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I hope at some point either you jumped off and jumped back on and found your spot in it, but we'll be back tomorrow with all new review here on kastorscorner.com. Good night, everybody.